Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. Arthur C. Clarke. Given the sheer size of the universe and the number of inhabitable planets, it seems the idea that humanity is the only family in the neighborhood is the much stranger and more unlikely of the two possibilities. But, come on, I'm just some guy with a YouTube channel. What do the experts think? Well, let's ask a physicist by the name of Enrico Fermi. Fermi was the creator of the first nuclear reactor, but today we're going to talk about his Fermi paradox. The origin of the Fermi paradox goes as follows. Fermi was on his way to lunch with a trio of his fellow scientists when they began to discuss recent UFO reports and the possibility of faster-than-light travel, prompting Fermi to ask, "Where is everybody?" After lunch, Fermi calculated the number of planets in the universe capable of supporting life, the probability of life existing on those planets, and whether or not they'd be capable of interstellar travel, amongst other factors. After reviewing his calculations, Fermi concluded that not only should extraterrestrials exist, they should have visited us many times over by now. So what's keeping them? Well, here are a few explanations for why humanity is seemingly alone in the universe. The first hypothesis for why we haven't been contacted by any alien life forms is that the exact conditions that have allowed life to evolve on Earth are so exceedingly rare, we are very unlikely to find them on another planet. There are 200 factors that must be met exactly in order for life to develop on a planet. One example being a massive planetary neighbor that would draw away asteroids from the planet where life is needed to develop. Our solar system's meteor magnet is Jupiter. The next possible reason is that while there are other life forms in the universe, they might not have the necessary intelligence to contact us. There is no guarantee that beings on other planets are more similar to humans than they are to other less advanced animals. And while if you give a monkey enough time and a typewriter, it might retype every book of William Shakespeare's, it won't be building a rocket ship. Alternatively, a world with drastically less landmass and more ocean would lead to an evolutionary path which wouldn't really be conducive towards animals evolving into beings capable of developing new technologies. The next one isn't fun to think about, but is pretty much impossible to ignore, and that is that intelligent life may eventually end up destroying itself. Assuming that these aliens are somewhat like us in nature, history is littered with displays of what humanity's capacity for violence can lead to on a huge scale. Now imagine these tragedies being magnified by the weapons and technology of a society on the verge of discovering space travel. It was President John F. Kennedy who said, "Man must put an end to war before war puts an end to mankind." On the other end of the spectrum, more optimistically, is the idea that by the time a civilization becomes capable of space travel, they move beyond the need for conquering lesser and weaker societies. Thinking logically, they'd really have no need for anything Earth could offer, so no need to contact us. Another possibility is that most civilizations are wiped out by natural disasters before they become capable of traveling to other planets. Earth has survived through multiple extinction-level events, the meteor that killed off most of the dinosaurs being one, but other species may not have been as lucky, and we're still not there. Also, most of these explanations assume that these life forms are older and consequently more advanced than humanity, but that may very well not be the case. The universe is actually fairly young, very, relatively speaking, and 92% of planets have not yet been formed. While humans are one of the first species in the universe, we're assuredly not the last. One of the most common explanations is that the aliens don't really want to contact us. And frankly, as someone who's met humans myself, can't really blame them. on top of our comparatively primitive technology, humanity doesn't exactly have the best track record when it comes to two new groups of people meeting. The final explanation, the one I personally believe, is that they have contacted us, but whatever leader they always ask to be taken to is keeping us in the dark. I mean, come on, UFOs are seen racing through the sky pretty much every day, and videos of aircraft that don't behave like anything from Earth have been released by the Pentagon. Multiple presidents have promised to release all information regarding UFOs to the public, only to backtrack after they took office. Now, a politician breaking their campaign promises is hardly anything worth writing home about, but it has to make you wonder at least a little. Do you believe in aliens? Have you ever seen some visiting extraterrestrials for yourself? Let me know in the comment section below.